Alright. Welcome back, folks, to another PGP Siblings video. You got Panda on the mic here. We are reviewing the update we got last night. I haven't been on yet to check all of this stuff, so when we film episode 6 today, I will check it out. So, bug fixes, Prestige now properly applied to generic Bakugan, and you can now prestige your Bakugan. That's going to be pretty nice. It's about time. Totemic Tide fixed. Death Sights fixed an issue where it was dealing negative 200 on command cards. Character gates, they were fixed, the logic of them. G-Power Desync fixed an issue where players would see one value, but the battle log would read differently, which is nice, finally. Battle HUD hopefully resolved an issue with the battle HUD displaying the wrong Gs occasionally. Smothering Despair will now break when 3 Bakugan are on the same gate card. Spectating, mid-battle spectating is fixed. You will now see everything when you join. One of the things I am excited to see now, Water Slap fixed the G reduction effect. So hopefully it now works without having any issues. Gate cards fixed an issue with multiple copies of a gate card preventing other users from utilizing it. Poison Fang fixed an issue where the permanent effect still resolved after being negated. Vice Grip Ability Steal effect should now work properly. That's going to be nice because we next to never got to use it properly. So it's nice to finally see it. Oni Charge fixed an issue where it was not starting a new battle. Copycat should no longer work on immediate abilities such as Chaos Freeze. Energy Merge fixed an issue where it still gave Gs even when there was nothing to transfer from, such as a fairy dusted Bakugan. That's a nice way that they put that. Q dodging. Players can no longer Q dodge through having an incomplete deck. Energy Merge and Gate Nullification made a soft fix for the interaction that previously froze the game. That is also a pretty nice change. Post-battle movement fixed an issue where occasionally you couldn't move after battle. That is very nice. I know on console you had to click R2, I believe, to move around. On PC, I think you had to toggle run. Wall lock hopefully fixed, though I will monitor this one. Prestige abilities fixed an issue where Bakugan wouldn't keep their unlocked ability cards upon prestige. I didn't prestige, so I didn't see that. So thank goodness we didn't have that, and it is fixed. Shop UI fixed the cards in the shop continuously moving up if you exited the shop while in a hovered state. That I haven't had an issue with that, but that is still a nice change. Alright, next we have implementations. New PCs added to the first floor of Interspace. These NPCs will scale to be leveled below you to help players get started. Also added 3v3 NPC to that team. So as far as I understand, the NPCs on the main floor now scale one level below you, which is pretty nice for the people who are struggling with the old NPCs. Fusion Token Quest. You can now earn fusion cards through defeating any of the 2v2 NPCs in a 1v2. Upon victory, you will earn a fusion token, which will be applied to a Bakugan in your A slot if it has a fusion ability to be unlocked. That is a hugely good change for the people who don't want to do fusions the proper way. But I don't think we'll be strong enough to do that on Aquas. But who knows, maybe we'll give it a try. Alright, next we have balance changes. There are a good handful of these. Desert Thunder GP Delta 15 to 10. Terraclaw GP Delta 5 to 10. Green Aegis GP Delta 30 to 20. Desert Ambush GP Delta 5 to 15. Super Shard, GP Delta 30 to 20. Fatal Sting, GP Delta 10 to 5. Will no longer destroy the gate card he is standing on upon death. That is interesting. Death Scythe, negative 100 to negative 85. Venomous Beast Torrent Attack will not destroy allied gate cards. Plus 50 is no longer permanent. Fire Judge, now a flat 100. Holograph Dive. This is the one I really liked as well, since we're playing Aquas. Initial now gives plus 50 instead of 25, which means your first turn you get 50 when you activate it. Then your first turn past is 25 onwards. Water Slap also got upped from 50 to 65. That is awesome. Spirit Canyon now includes the gate card you are standing on as well. And then G Power Floor, Bakugan will no longer go below 0 Gs. These are all pretty great changes so far. Alright, and for the last main part of our update patch notes, we have miscellaneous and quality of life changes, NPC rewards. The NPCs on the second floor now have their XP and HSP raised to be more beneficial to players willing to take on the challenge. First floor NPCs will scale a level below the player. Starter decks. Again, that NPC rewards, phenomenal change in my opinion. Starter decks. Players will now have the option between an RNG starter deck or predetermined starter decks. We are going to also look at that when we get back to the house here, before we film episode 6 of the playthrough. We're going to film the changes that we see. And matchmaking modes. When a matchmaking battle starts, players will have the option to vote between 3 game modes. Lower level players will have the option to opt into level matching with their opponent, with an increased reward if they choose to stay as a lower level. That also is cool. We can try that out with Phoenix because I believe I'm lower than he is. So we'll try lower with him letting us win to see the reward boost, compared to if I am equal with the reward boost. Alright, we do also have a change. So with the prices being changed for gate cards, ability cards, and Bakugan, a lot of the HSP we accumulated was taken down to a very low amount. So as he puts here, also don't worry about your HSP being lower. HSP was overall adjusted. Abilities and gates are now cheaper. In the second part here, we'll read the rest of it. Well, yeah, after this part. So first we have, for fusions, they now cap at 25%. However, once you get to 10%, you may force draw your fusion, so long as there isn't a chain and you're not in battle. When you force draw the fusion, you give up your next turn. For example, if you draw on turn 11, you will not draw a regular on turn 12. The reward only counts for the NPC on the second floor for the fusion tokens, not the easy NPCs on the main floor. The fusion token quest is only for the second floor NPCs. And then here, you also have increased rewards for NPCs on the second floor. You have price of most guardians brought down a bit. Fusion quest should no longer go away visually. The team battle bots on the first floor now work. Alright, so again, your HSP was lowered by a significant amount. I had, I believe, 12,000 something, and they gave me 1,100 something. So that's not overly bad, and with gate cards being only a couple hundred to a couple thousand, and same with Bakugan, it's definitely a huge, good quality of life change. Alright, and that is it for the change, and the patch notes for last night's update. So, again, before we film episode 6 of our Aquas playthrough, we will be uploading this. We will also go look at all the changes and do a video on that, and then upload that as well, probably before part 6. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and hope to see you guys on the flip side.